Hey, how's it going? So today we are going to be doing my February book haul. Basically I decided to do a February book haul because it's the end of February and these are the books I bought during February. But yeah, typically I will go into like a bookstore or online and buy one book at a time, so I thought, you know what, it's not very holly if every time I come on I'm like, I bought one book. I decided to save them up until the very end of the month and then show you all the books that I have obtained over the month, if that makes sense. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. Let's get down to business. So the first book in my haul is The Wicked and the Divine. So this is a graphic novel. Basically, it's about these 12 gods that return to Earth every 90 years as superstars or pop stars or just famous celebrities. And they all die within 2 years. So yeah, that's that one. I picked it up because it's just beautiful. Like, look at these, look at all these chickens. Look at all of these, look at that one. That one is just stunning. Look at that. That is beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. But yeah, so I picked it up because it's stunning and beautiful, and who doesn't like celebrities and gods who are young people that die? That's terrible. No one likes that. No one likes death. Death is bad. But yeah, I just saw it and was like, wow, this is great. Plus, like, I've seen it a couple other places on the interwebs, and everyone who has picked it up has been like, it's great. And I was like, okay, well, I guess it means I should just buy it, right? And I was not disappointed. Not disappointed with this one. So the next book I picked up was also another graphic novel, and it was Fables. Fables is about fairy tales and other fables and myths and things, nursery rhymes that kind of have to escape their own little world and universe because of terror and havoc that is raining down on them, killing them off. So they flee to New York City, or what we know as New York City, and try and live there hidden because you can't really tell people that you're a fairy tale. That would be really weird. But yeah, so they're in New York City and trying to live hiddenly among normal people. And that's kind of what that's about. There's other things that kind of happen in the storylines that move around them. But once again, I picked it up because it just seemed really cool. I was like, I have a thing for fairy tales, and I was like, you know what, fairy tales and comic books, and once again, like, beautiful pictures. So yeah, you can't go wrong with this one. Also, one of my favorite artists, James Jean, does some of the artwork in there, which is a really, really nice little surprise. That's always a nice little beauty. Like, look at this. He's a great artist. So yeah, I picked that one up. I was like, you know what, this one's gonna be good, and this one's gonna be good. Look at that. Look at all these little fairy tale friends. Snow White's in there, and little big bad wolf, and all those fun things. So yeah, definitely is a fun one. That's a fun one. I've decided to pick up Every Day by David Levitan. Don't know a lot about him or his writing styles. I just kind of came across this book. I know this one is an old one, and there is actually a second one that came out, which is part of the reason why I bought this one. And I had been looking at this one for quite a while, and when I saw that there was a second one, I kind of freaked out. I was like, I need to get onto this one because there's already more stories based around the same timeline or characters or something coming out, and I just need to hurry up and get on this train to Pleasantville. But this book is about a guy who basically, well, I guess it's not really a guy. This is already going bad. It's about this person who every day wakes up as a different person and has to try and fit into how they're living in their life and decide to understand what's going on. Yeah. I was like, you know what, that is quite the storyline right there. That would be not very fun, so I thought, if you can come up with that storyline, you can probably come up with a pretty great book. Also, I've heard lots of praise for him, and I was like, you know what, let's do this. Let's pick up this book and just run with it. So the next book I picked up, sticking with the fairy tale theme, is called Wildwood. It is about these two kids, or one kid, or I don't know, I haven't read it. It's two kids, Prue and Curtis, that adventure into the woods by where they live to go and try and save Prue's brother, I believe. Yeah, once again, fairy tales. I got a sweet spot for them. With this book, what made me pick it up was the beautiful illustrations. It is illustrated throughout the book. If I can, look at that. Just some small illustrations. I do feel as though this is a younger read. I think I found it in the end in the age 9 to 12 section. Originally I saw it on kind of one of the big tables at the front of the store and just sitting there. I was like, wow, this one looks really pretty, and so I didn't pick it up, and then I was like, no, I need to go back and get it. So then when I went back and get it, it wasn't no longer in this front section, so I had to search the whole store, and I found it in the younger reads section, which isn't a bad thing. It'll just be a little bit of a quicker read. Yeah, like I said, I just fell in love with the illustrations and the beautiful cover and fairy tales. So I just went and picked it up. I did it. So the next book you might have seen on my Instagram already. It is one of the ones that are up for choosing on the next book club. It is Endgame. This book in particular I had found out through YouTube and other forms of social media. Basically it's about these 12 kids who have to compete against each other, finding clues and solving puzzles to help save humanity and Earth and win a prize. Well, I'm kind of a sucker for gimmicks, and if you read this book and solve the puzzle yourself, you can actually win, I believe, $500,000? $500,000, I believe. So right there I was like, you know what I wouldn't do for $500,000. Not picking up this book wasn't one of them, so I was like, you know what, that is a reason to pick up this book. So it's, I believe, supposed to almost feel like this could be happening right now, and all these clues and all these puzzles and everything is real in the book. So I thought that is kind of a cool Dan Brown feel to it, the Da Vinci Code, looking at things that do exist in real life and pulling them into this book and making a puzzle of them. I was like, you know what, that could be fun. If this one does sound interesting and you want to kind of read it with me, go onto my social media and even this video and tell me that you want to read this one by probably tomorrow as fast as you can. Just type it down in the bottom of the places and say, I want to read this book, and if enough people want this one out of the 3 that are on my Instagram and my last video, then we'll read this one for the book club, which would be fun. That could be a fun book club one. So the last of my book haul books for February that I picked up was one of the other books that are potentially up for pickings on the March book club, and it is Red Queen. Picked this one up because it was a brand new spanking release, liked the cover, and I saw a lot about it on YouTube on the Epic Reads channel. It was about this world where people with red blood are kind of working class and people with silver blood are these magical people that have powers and can do things, and this one girl comes along who has red blood, but she can do the powers like the silver blood, so she's kind of in there, I guess, doesn't want to get caught or is trying to keep it a secret, or at least the blood a secret, so she doesn't invoke a big riot. But once again, if you want to read this one with me, go on to my Instagram, Twitter, or even YouTube and let me know that this is the one that we should be reading for March book club, and we could very well read this one. So that's it for my haul, or at least my February haul. Not too bad. I'm pretty proud of myself for not spending exuberant amounts of money this month. I feel like 8 books is 4 books and 2 graphic novels is a nice little amount. Maybe we'll try and stick with that and not push it past, because I don't want to get it out of control. It's happened before. I just recently brought all my books down, cut my TBR, so hopefully it doesn't get out of hand again. But if you do like this video, make sure to subscribe, like, comment, let me know which of the books you want to read for next month, which are Red Queen, Endgame, or When God Was a Rabbit. Go on Instagram, Twitter, here. You're already here, you could just comment below and let me know which one it is, which one you want to read, and then we can just do that. That's my haul! First one done! Yes! So, I'll see you later, alligators. It's so cute. It's beautiful. All the books. That's not too bad. That's a good amount. I'm proud of myself. I done good, kid. You done good. Only a couple bucks. You know what? At this pace, we'll be able to finish these within the month. And just kidding. I've already finished a couple.